to the Babe Ruth Complex, home of, I can't say Babe Ruth didn't have a softball league anymore, but it's home to all the high schools, English, classical, St. Mary's, and Babe Ruth takes care of it. They do a tremendous job, day in and day out. They manicure the two baseball fields. They run the baseball program, get a lot of kids busy during the spring and the summer, and they keep them off the streets, keep them busy, and they do a tremendous job. They're down here almost 24/7, and they don't make a nickel. I mean, they coach, they cut the grass, they manicure the fields, they do everything down here for the benefit of the kids, and they're the best kept secret in the city. Jeff Rupp, the president, Dave Raymond, Jimmy Beliveau, who did a great job. They put a sign up between the two fields. I think it's Bell's Avenue or whatever. He retired as the president. He was tremendous for the program. They got a lot of outstanding people that work. They could use a few more if you'd like to come down and help out. It's a great cause. They do a great job. So this one is the Bulldogs of English taking on the Magicians of Marblehead. Coach Gold, I spoke to him. He's a friend. I've known him for a while. Coach Crowley, doing a good job with these kids. They're energetic. It's not from lack of effort that they're not winning. They're trying as hard as they can. But everybody knows fast pitch softball pitching is minimum 75%. It's probably 90% of the game. If you don't have anybody that you can put on the mound that's going to keep you in the game, or that has a disadvantage, and again, not from lack of effort. They're working at it. That's Pelletier leading off with a line drive double. John Gold has got his kids playing extremely well. That was Mercedes Pelletier with the double. This is Sophie Venner, the left fielder. They're 10-1, and the loss was controversial. They're out at the plate. They called interference. Umpire said no. Base umpire later told John Gold it was interference, but he couldn't do anything about it. Ashley Martinez is on the mound for the Bulldogs. Tough assignment for her. Hit the center field. Over the center fielder's head all the way back to the fence. So back-to-back doubles to start the game for Marblehead gives them a 1-0 lead. And in fairness to Ashley Martinez, I did this. I pitched fast pitch for quite a few years. And they dumped that one just a little flare into right center field. So they hit two shots. Now they hit a little Texas Leaguer for a base hit. And very quickly, 3 up, 2 of them have scored. And again, in fairness to Martinez, this is 365 days, 24/7. You're going to go out, work, even if you're by yourself, throwing against the wall. You have to throw. A lot of the kids have coaches that they go to. They play AAU during the summer. No time off. You're going to go every day. And it's hard to find someone, the time and the dedication. You still have to get good grades in school. Maybe get a part-time job to help for college. Not an easy assignment. Some kids jump in and do it extremely well. And that's ball 4 for a walk. So first and second with nobody out for Bell Sogoloff, the first baseman. Popped up behind second base. It drops in for a base hit. Everybody had to wait to see if it would be caught. He almost got the out at second. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. My family, my daughter who teaches in Lynn, my son-in-law who's a cop in Swampscott, they live in Marblehead. Ball is dropped at second base, so you don't get the first out. So the bases are still loaded with nobody out. 3 runs in for Marblehead. My daughter, my son-in-law, they live right around the corner from Marblehead High School. And that's ball 4. Hannah Garth gets an RBI with the walk. The bases are still loaded. Jolie Quintana is the hitter. Hits it in the air. Nice play by the shortstop. The runner from third is going to tag and score. Davida Mai went way over behind second base and made the play on Quintana. Quintana gets an RBI. Sokolov tagged up and scored from third. So it's first and second with 1 out. Francis Pake, the right fielder, is the hitter. Swings and misses. And they're going to bat around the inning because this is the 9th hitter. Way up high for a ball. Waves at that pitch, chased it up and away and missed it. Popped up, and the shortstop runs into the umpire. And they drop it at third, they were headed out. Mai went back to get it. Umpire didn't get out of the way. It winds up a base hit. And the bases are loaded again. Mercedes Pelletier started this inning with a double leading off. She's up for the second time. And he almost had the force at third on that base hit. Hit high and deep off the fence. Pelletier is going to have her second double in the inning. And now she's going to take off and go to third on the error. She gets a couple of RBI. Second error in the inning. Sophie Vanier doubled in a run and scored in this inning. Hits it to short. And they get her at first. That's a nice play by the shortstop, Mai, and a nice pick at first base by Isbell. Veneer gets an RBI as the runner from third scores. Foul ball. Charlotte Plakins, she's usually the pitcher. She's the designated player hitting for the pitcher, Lauren Donovan. She singled in a run and scored a run. Nice pitch for a strike from Martinez. Waves it for strike 3. So Swampscott sends 12 to the plate. 9 of them score. 6 base hits. There were a couple of errors. Throw in a couple of walks. And before Lauren Donovan steps on the mound, she's got a lot of breathing room to work with. For English, it'll be Ariane Wachowski, the left fielder, leading off. Giolina Chacon, the center fielder, bats second. Catching and batting third, Grace Gately. The third baseman, Tommy Hill, bats in the cleanup spot. The shortstop, Davida Mai, who made those 2 nice plays, will bat fifth. Alyssa Knopp will play second and bat sixth. Batting seventh and pitching, Ashley Martinez. The first baseman, Amanda Isbell, will hit number 8. And batting in the number 9 spot is the right fielder, Sophia Teixeira. So Lauren Donovan on the mound. Marblehead has already qualified for the state tournament. They're just trying to keep winning and building up a high seed in the tournament. Ariane Wachowski will lead off for the Bulldogs. Hit in the right field. So a base hit right off the bat on the first pitch. On the left fielder drills one in the right field for a base hit. Giolina Chacon, the center fielder, will be the hitter. High for a ball. Up and away, 2-0. Chopped out in front of the plate. I guess they're saying the ball hit the runner because they're saying the runner back to first base. I thought he said fair ball and the catcher tagged her, but she got hit. So 1 out, a runner at first for Grace Gately. Good soccer player. She played very well for Ed McNeil's Bulldog girls team. Playing back on defense. Tried to hold up, but it was in anyway for a strike. Hit foul off the backstop. Slicing it off to the right side, out of play. Fishing wide for a ball. Wachowski, the runner at first, she led off with a base hit. Slicing it off to the right side. Fian just hurt his hands trying to make that play. Grace Gately is wearing out Donovan, hitting foul balls. Lined in the center field for a base hit. Quick hustle by the center fielder Garth through a strike, trying to get Wachowski at second. Gately gets the second hit in the inning. 2-1 with one out for Tommy Hill. Tommy's a three-sport athlete. She did a nice job as the goalie for the girls soccer team. Pretty good three-point shooter in basketball. And she does a nice job at third base for the softball team. In for a strike. Umpires love that low pitch. Hit the shot. They'll get the play at third. So it's still first and second now. There's two outs. Swing and a miss. Davida May, or Davida Mai, the shortstop. Hit foul off the screen, quickly 2 strikes. Chop, foul. High and tight for a ball. Swing and a miss. Strikeout ends the inning. English gets a couple of hits. They leave a couple of base runners. We played an inning in this Northeastern Conference battle. Marblehead leading English 9-0. Sammy Treff drew a walk in the first inning and scored a run. She's the third baseman. Hit the second base. Nice job by Knopp. Not an easy play. That ball was spinning. You have to play it the right way. So 1 up, 1 down in the second for Marblehead. Bell Sogoloff got a base hit and scored a run. 8 of the 9 hitters scored in the first inning. The other run was Pelletier, the leadoff hitter, scoring twice. Hit the shot. Dropped at first base. The error allows the hitter to reach. Mai made another nice play, getting it, making a good throw, and just couldn't hold on at first base. Maddie Ernst. This is a young lady that's a good friend of my granddaughter's. She's the second baseman. She reached on an error and scored a run. That was bang bang at second base. Mai tried to beat it to the bag. Ernst will reach on the fielder's choice. Wasn't hit that hard. Mai made the nice play and then tried to beat Sokolov to the bag, and the umpire said safe. Could have gone either way. Hannah Garth threw a walk, getting an RBI with the bases loaded, and scored a run. So she hasn't batted officially, but she's knocked in a run and scored a run. So 2 on with 1 out, and she lines that foul past third base. Off the catcher. And I have to mention, it's John Gold. I mentioned Coach Gold does an excellent job with his team, but he's also a gentleman. I know teams now that even though they're winning 9-0, they'd be stealing bases. When that ball got by the catcher, the runners held up, they didn't go. They're not the last thing he wants to do. He wants to win. He doesn't want to embarrass the opposition. Hit the shot. Another nice play. Mai is doing a very nice job. They should be out of the inning now. Jolie Quintana was the only hitter in the first inning that did not score, but she got an RBI. Her pop-up into short center field was caught. Popped up. Isbell makes the play. So they had a couple of people on without benefit of a hit. England shuts them down in the second inning. The error in the fielder's choice put 2 on. But Mai made a couple of nice plays again in the inning. She's made 4 in the first 2 innings. And they keep Marblehead off the board. And for English, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Alyssa Knott, Ashley Martinez, and Amanda Isbell. We were wondering, the season was set back a week because of the snow and the weather. Then we played through all the horrible, ice cold, rainy, damp, overcast days. And we were wondering if we'd ever get through this season. And now we've got less than 2 weeks. We got just about a week. This being Thursday, a week from Saturday will be Memorial Day weekend. And it'll be the the Holland tournament with English, Classical, St. Mary's, and Swampscott. That will be Saturday night and Sunday morning. At the same time, the Clancy tournament will be playing doubleheader Friday and a doubleheader Saturday afternoon starting at 12. So all of a sudden, we're very deep. We were happy to see April go. It was the worst April I've ever lived through. Having to be outside. Alyssa Knott, the second baseman. lead it off. In for a strike. Lauren Donovan starting her second inning of work. Osanop, Ashley Martinez, Amanda Isbell. Line off the fence. Everybody ducking, protecting the Marblehead dugout. Call third strike. Right on the knee on the inside corner. Second strikeout for Donovan. One to end the first, one to start the second. In for a strike. Ashley Martinez, the pitcher. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. Hit in the air to short right field. Right fielder coming on, but Matty Ernst, the second baseman, takes it away. And it wasn't Matty Ernst. It was Emma Ferranti, who's now in at second base. Hit in the right center field. Base hit for Martinez. Hit back to the pitcher. Donovan will throw Amanda Isbell out. Martinez will move over to second. And I don't know where the third out came from. I'm sorry, I'm not even keeping score correctly. I forgot to pop up the second base. I was trying to give Ernst credit, then I got the sub making the play. So I'm back on track now. I apologize for that. I forgot to mark the pop-up down. So we played two. Marblehead leading English 9-0, up for the first time. She went into play right field. High for a ball. 9-1-2 for Marblehead here in the third inning. Popped up. It's going to go out of play. That one bounces in the home plate. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Martinez. The shortstop Pelletier has doubled twice, scored twice, and knocked in a couple of runs. And that was all in the first inning. Hit in the air, long run for the left fielder. Getting there and making the play, Workowski. Two up, two down in the third. Sophie Venner doubled in a run and scored, grounded out, but got an RBI. And that was all in the first inning. So she's 1 for 2 with 2 RBI and a run scored. Top 2 hitters for Marblehead have scored 3 and knocked in 3, accounting for 6 of the 9. And that was all in the first inning. Hit slowly to second base. Save, she beat it. Martinez almost got her perfect inning. Charlotte Plakins singled in a run and scored and struck out swinging in the first inning. She was up twice. Hit in the air. That's nice try. Good hustle by the left fielder Wachowski to hold the runner at second. Great try by Mai. Plakins dumped it out. Mai almost ran it down. So 2 hits after 2 outs. Put runners at first and second for Sammy Treff. In for a strike. She walked and scored in the first, grounded out second and first in the second. Hit the shot, and it's thrown away. A little too much mustard on the throw. Fourth error in the ballgame for English, and that was costly. That would have been the third out. Now they take off running. So second and third with 2 outs. Sokolov singled and scored, reached on an error. Almost a great play by Mai again. She went all the way out at center field, reached and just got a glove and couldn't hold on. Sokolov's got her second hit. So all after 2 outs, should have been 3 outs. Marblehead has scored 3. This is Emma Ferranti, the second baseman. Ernst originally reached twice and scored a run. Hit to third. Out at first, now safe. They dropped the ball. So the inning goes on, prolonged by another error. Hill made a nice throw. So 2 hits with 2 outs, followed by an error. Should have been out of the inning. Followed by another error. And it's first and second with 2 outs. That one bounces in. This is Hannah Garth. Walked with the bases loaded, getting an RBI and scored. And bounced into a fielder's choice. She hit it to the shortstop. And Davida Mai made a nice play throwing the runner out at third on a force out. Hit the shot. They go to third for the force out. Another nice play by Mai. But errors cost English. Instead of getting out of the inning, without being scored on. Ever prolonged the inning. Base hit knocked in a couple. And Ever scored another one. So 2 big errors in the inning hurt the Lady Bulldogs. It'll be the top of the order for English. Made it as far as second base. She was forced out at third on a ground to the shot by Tommy Hill. English had runners in scoring position both innings. So bottom of 3, Lauren Donovan will start it on the mound for Marblehead. Wilkowski will try to get something started for the Lady Bulldogs. Pop foul back and out of play. Do what we can. Missing inside for a ball. Popped up outside first base, and the first baseman makes the play. Emily O'Connor is the first baseman. As Coach goes to his bench. Giolina Chacon. She bounced it down the first base line. They called her out. She got a base hit. They called her out. They said the ball hit her. The ball was going down the first base line. She was going down the first base line. And they called her out for running into the ball. So another hit for the Bulldogs. Hit slowly to second base. They throw it away. So a hit and an error. Put runners at first and second for the Lady Bulldogs. Gately reaches. Tommy Hill. Hit it well, but hit it right at the shortstop. Wound up a force out at third base. Pop way up in the air. Center fielder Garth takes charge. She came way over behind the second baseman in right center field and made the play for the second out. Davina Mai, the shortstop, struck out. She's played very well at shortstop. Hits it on the ground to third. They'll get the unassisted play at third. So English puts a couple on again. And once again, they leave 2 on. And it's an even dozen. Marblehead, 12-0 over English at the end of 3. Quintana was at second base. Her grounder was thrown away and it went into the Marblehead dugout out of play. So she's at second base on the error. Delaney Bosley is the hitter. Hits it in the air to short. Mai makes another play. She's made a few. One away here in the fourth. Mercedes Pelletier doubled twice in the first inning. scored twice, knocked in 2. Last time she flied out to left field. That one bounced in. It's a funny day. It was cool. There was a breeze. The sun comes out every once in a while. It warms up a little bit. In for a strike. Pop foul back and out of play. That one bounced in. And that's ball 4. So Pelletier's on for the 3rd time. First and second for Sophie Vanier. Doubled, scored, and knocked in a run. Grounded out, shot to first, knocking in a run. That was in the 1st inning. In the 3rd inning, she got a base hit and scored a run. So she scored 2 and knocked in 2. Marblehead with another threat there, first and second with 1 out. An error and a walk. And that's ball 4. They had the bases loaded through most of the 1st inning. Now they load them up again with 1 out for Charlotte Plakins. Down and in for a ball. She singled, knocking in a run and scoring. Struck out swinging. That was in the 1st inning. Last time up, she got a base hit and scored a run. So she scored 2 and knocked in a run. The first 3 hitters have accounted for all the runs. They've scored 6 and knocked in 5, and that's out of the 11. Line past third base. Down the corner. Blakins is in with a double. And that wasn't Blakins, that was Rachel Saulnier. So Rachel Saulnier is the new designated player. So the error and the 2 walks hurt. It's 2 of them score on the double. Second and third with 1 out. Hit right back to the pitcher. And they drop the ball at first base. And 2 runs are going to score. One run was going to score anyway. So even though it's an error, Treff gets an RBI. And it wasn't Treff, I believe. I believe it was the other Sogoloff who hit. This is Emily O'Connor. Hit the first, and it's a foul ball. So the error started the inning. They got an out, but then back-to-back walks, a double, and another error. Hit in the right center field for a base hit. Held up at second and then took off for third. And now they'll get into second base. So second and third for Emma Ferranti. Popped up. Tommy Hill makes the play. Two away. Hannah Garth, the center fielder. Walk, forcing in a run for an RBI. As she hits the ball in the air, it's going to drop for a base hit. Two more runs are going to score. So Garth is on for the fourth time. She walked, forcing in a run, and scored. Reached on two fielders' choices. Now she got a base hit for two RBI. And Marblehead is batted around again. The catcher, Quintana, was the hitter. She started this inning reaching on an error. In for a strike. And bouncing will get Garth to second base. Up, foul back and out of play. Popped up. Nice job by the shortstop. Mai again. Marblehead has another big inning. They sent 12 to the plate first inning. They send 10 to the plate in the fourth inning. 6 of them score. They did it with 3 base hits. 2 more errors. Those back-to-back walks hurt. Pelletier, the shortstop, is now playing center field. And Garth, the center fielder, is going to play shortstop. Donovan breezing along. She's given up 4 hits. Struck out 2, hasn't walked anybody. She's been blessed with a boatload of runs. Alyssa Knopp, the second baseman, will lead off. She was called out on strikes her first time. In for a strike. Boy, the umpires love those low pitches. Swing and a miss. Eagles had runners in scoring position each of the 3 innings. Most of the time with 2 outs. Call third strike. Third strikeout for Donovan. Ashley Martinez got a base hit her first time up. Hit foul off the backstop. Chased that pitch, it was way over her head. Back-to-back strikeouts in the 4th. Amanda Isbell, the first baseman, will be the hitter. Waves at the pitch, it was down in the dirt. So Donovan getting a little bit of help in this inning. Hit in the air to left field. Playing shallow was Venner, and she makes the play. So our first 1-2-3 inning of the day comes in the bottom of the 4th. English is down. We'll move into the 5th. Marblehead comfortably ahead of the English Bulldogs here at the end of 4. And that's ball 1 on the ballot. That's an illegal pitch. That was baseball, it would be a balk and nothing, but softball, it's an illegal pitch. This is Delaney Bosley popping it up. Nice basket catch by Hill at third base. One away. Pelletier, who's now the center fielder, has been on base 3 times. She scored 3 times and knocked in 2. She rips that one by third base down in the corner. She's got her 3rd double. On base for the 4th time. Sophie Venner, the left fielder, has been on base 3 times. A double, a single, a walk. She's knocked in 2 and scored 3. That's not too shabby for your first 2 hitters. Hit in the air to deep center field. Almost in my lap. I could have caught that one. She hit it off the fence on the fly. She missed a home run. She missed a home run by about a foot. Pelletier scores her 4th run. Venner knocks in her 3rd run. Hit the shot. Can't handle it. Pelletier, Venner, the first 2 hitters. They've got 4 doubles and a triple. They've scored 8 runs and knocked in 5. And that's the number 1 and 2 hitter. This is Maeve Solgaloff. She's been up once, reached on an error, and she actually got an RBI because the run scored from 3rd on the ground out, but then she reached when the ball was dropped. Hit the shot. They get 1. Two away here in the top of the 5th. This is Emily O'Connor. She got a base hit on 1 trip and scored a run. Hit in a right center field for a base hit. She's got her 2nd hit. That extends the 5th inning. Emma Ferranti reached on an error and popped to the 3rd baseman. Drills it into left center field for a base hit. She's going to get an RBI. One more 2-out lightning for Marblehead. Mai makes another nice defensive play. She's been a bright light for English. Marblehead sends 8 more to the plate. They get 3 more runs. The double and the triple by Veneer. An error extended the inning. And we're down to the final inning here. Pelletier is now moving to right field. Princess Pake is back in the game playing center field. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Bulldogs. So looking at Marblehead, Pelletier had 3 doubles and a walk, scored 4, knocked in 2. Venner had a double, a single, a triple. She was a home run away from the cycle. She scored 4 and knocked in 3. And that's out of the first 2 hitters, and they set the table. And they certainly did a nice job. Everybody in the lineup, including all the subs used by Coach Gold, have contributed. English has had, with the exception of the fourth inning when they went 1-2-3, they had a runner in scoring position each inning, but unable to bring it home. Sophie Teixeira, the right fielder, is the hitter. On the corner, quickly 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Three of the last 4 outs have been strikeouts. Amanda Wachowski singled and popped to the first baseman. In for a strike. Hit in a right field for a base hit. They were going to try and throw her out at first. Wachowski got her second hit. Hit off the foot of Chacon. That's the second time she got hit. They called her out. Her first at bat, she chopped it down the first base line, and they said it hit her out of the box, and she was out. Last time up, she got a base hit. So Marblehead's going to go to 11-1, and English will still be searching for their first win. Reaches for that one. Chopped at it and hit it foul. She probably felt she had a swing at that one because the last pitch was up and high up and away, and they called it a strike. Little late swing punches it foul off the fence that protects the Marblehead dugout. Hit off the first baseman. Marblehead makes an error. And again, English has a runner in scoring position. Grace Gately has been on base twice. Base hit and an error. She's done a nice job behind the plate. Pop straight up in the air. Center fielder was coming in to try and make the play. Hannah Garth, who was the center fielder, is now the shortstop, called her off. Infield fly. I didn't see the umpires call it, but it was an infield fly. So English is down to their last out. Tommy Hill reached center fielder's choice and flied to center field. In for a strike. Down and in for a ball. Chased that pitch that was down around the ankles. Tried to golf that one. So they're down to their last strike. High for a ball. Hit on the ground to short, into center field for a base hit. English gets their first run of the third. Tommy Hill's on for the second time. Bases are loaded for Davina Mai. Struck out and bounced out third baseman unassisted. She has played very well at shortstop. Made some very nice plays. Popped up. Right fielder goes over and makes the play, and that'll do it. So Marblehead will get their 11th win. The mercy rule kicks in. English watched Marblehead bat 12 in the first inning, putting 9 on the board. That put them in a deep hole that they never could get out of. They batted around again in the fourth inning, and they built up a huge lead that English just couldn't get away from. The top 2 hitters in the order for Marblehead really did a job. Martinez didn't pitch that badly. They made a couple of errors behind it that could have lessened the punishment or the hurt. But English had runners on in every inning except the fourth, but couldn't come up with that big hit, and they get shut out. Marblehead will go to 11-1. English still looking for their first win. For English, Wachowski had 2 base hits. Chacon had a base hit, reached on an error. She was on base twice. Grace Gately was on base twice with a hit and a walk. Tommy Hill got a base hit. Ashley Martinez got a base hit. And the shortstop, Davina Mai, played very, very well at shortstop, making some very nice plays. But Marblehead just too much offense for the Bulldogs. And they win the mercy rule in 5 innings. Marblehead again goes to 11-1. English will have to look for their first win next time out. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.